Well, hey guys, how you doing today? I'll be your host, Jakari Lister, and today we're going to learn how to edit. Yes, the post-production process of filmmaking. I'm going to show you guys with the use of my onboard screen recorder, and we're going to look at how I am editing my documentary project. So it's about dating and relationships and sex within the HBCU community. So let's jump right into it. That's going to be our main focus, just how to work the program. I'm going to be using Adobe Premiere here. And it's my personal favorite, the only thing that I edit on. And here I have the trailer. We can watch that later. I'm going to put this on my YouTube channel, Jakari Lister Productions, and you guys will be able to check it out. So, first thing I want to talk about, importing and data management. So, importing is very important for getting the footage onto the program in the first place. If you can't import your footage, you're not going to be able to edit anything. So, first thing we're going to want to do, go to File, Import, and we're going to find the footage on the hard drive. So mine is called the Oracle. And we're going to go down to doc file. Find some clips. Let's say video clips here. I'm going to import this clip here. And we're going to put it into the project. Import it. Okay, that's great. Well, as you can see, we have a bunch of stuff already on the timeline, so there's no need to get real into that. So let's save. Saving is always important. If you don't save your project, you're never going to have a project. You might mess around and lose it. I'm going to save that. I'm going to go to the project bank. So here in the bottom left of the screen, you can see all the different titles and video clips that I have. Some of them are filed, crew audio, day one, random name. Some of them are in the files with the other stuff. So let's go to day one. Here I have the day 2 audio, day 3 audio, day 3 itself, B-roll. These are titles here, so we'll get more into those in a second. And that's pretty much how you get the footage onto the program from your computer. What else is there for that? That's about it for data management. It's always good to keep your stuff in a file on the computer. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'll have to pull that up for you later. On to the next thing. So, timeline management and cutting. So, here we have a very neat timeline. Smooth, it's got, clip after clip, audio is managed, all that good stuff. Here is another good timeline. I thought this was my trash one. So this is the bulk of the project. It's about 8.5, 10 minutes right now. These are just clips that have yet to be cut. And I'm going to have these done soon. Here is a dirtier timeline, less managed, more pieced up. So these are the individual interviews with everybody. Real fun there. I have over I think 10 people that I interviewed for this project, and these are just a few. I have not gotten to everybody else. This is a really long, time-consuming process, but that's just the fun of movie magic. So here I have the crew interviews, myself and my 2 friends who helped me put this whole project together. But we're going to go back to the trailer because that's the shortest thing. So putting this joint together was easy. But of course, you have all these different individual clips. How do you get these clips there? How do you get them to the right size, right length, the right time, should I say? Well, let's go ahead and grab a clip. Let's see. Let's actually put some work in, huh? I guess we can go and grab. Here's a clip. You have to sift through your files often. So here's a clip of Miss Tyler Racklin, Dillard University student. Very short. So let's say I want just about 5 seconds of this. So I can run it and time it. 1, 4, 5. Or I can just go ahead and look for the 5-second mark and do that. So the button I just pressed was the mark out. So that means that's when the clip is going to cut out. This is the mark in. So this will be the start of the clip. Mark out. That's the end of the clip. Real easy stuff. So if I want to drag the clip with the audio, I just pick it up and put it down here, and it'll run with the sound. Not much sound on that clip. And if I just wanted the clip to be straight video, no audio at all, I'm going to drag video only and put that on the clip. And I can put that on top of anything. So let's see, I have this clip right here.
That's my main thing. I don't really focus on beauty or stuff like that.
So I can pick this clip up and put it right there. On top of that, So he can be talking, and I can have that clip playing on top of his audio. Very cool stuff. Cut my audio down on my computer. Sorry about that. So, very easy. What else? Let's take a look at what we have here, as a matter of fact. So, I have about 96 seconds worth of footage, give or take. Oh, 1 minute and 42. So, that's 102 seconds worth of footage right here. Minute and 42. So, I like the way it's looking. It's long enough, but it could be shorter. So, I'm going to look for a clip to cut down. Let's see. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to trim a little second off of this clip. So I'm going to zoom it in with this tool down here. It's the scroll bar. Very useful bar. And I'm going to drag it to here. So here's an effect. I'm going to backspace that. I'm going to drag this back here. That didn't sound. So that's the easy way to do it, the drag back tool. So I'm going to click this clip. This is a title. I'm going to drag this back. So title clips can be put onto the program, onto the timeline from here. Title, new title, default still, roll, or crawl. Right now we just need a still. It's just a title that just sits still, doesn't do anything. Default title, that's what we're going to call this. Pull it up, and we're going to close that out. So now we can go to the bank, the footage bank, and find that title. Where is it? So it's going to be in day 1. That's where it's saved at. All right, default title, scoop. So now we can put this after the title right here. So part 1 screening, Saturday, May 4th, Cook Theater. To default title, scoop. Oh, scop. Ha. So let's get that out of there. Now that we've seen that. So now we've got transitions. So transitions are important when you're trying to just get from clip to clip. And you just want smooth entry. So let's go back to this clip over here. All right, awesome. That was a simple dip to black. You can put that on anything. So how do you get that? Let me zoom back in. Get rid of this current dip to black. So to get the dip to black, we're going to go over here into effects, video transitions, dissolve. That's where all your dissolves and crosses and dips are. Go to dip to black and put it in between the 2 clips. I don't want it on one clip and not the other, because then it's not going to look right. It's going to look like this. It basically did what I wanted it to, but it's not in the right position. So if I do it here, they run smoothly together. There we go. You can see that effect when it's incorrectly done on like clip to clip thing. Okay, let me see. What's a video to video clip? Right here. So I can put that right here and it's gonna look horrible. Bonk.
Doesn't matter.
Well, it didn't look that bad, but that's not what I wanted.
Doesn't matter.
There we go. It looks a little bit better. Hard to tell the difference, but it's just a smoother left to right, like clip transition. So let's get rid of that. Next up, we have color correcting. So let's learn how to color correct. I've been meaning to do that on this project anyways. So here we have some footage right here. Okay, so this clip is kind of evenly colored. Let's go to another one. I have a really great one. I think the one that I'm in. Ah, there it is. Perfect. So I don't like the colors on this clip. I'm going to mess with them. So let's go ahead and cut the exposure up a little bit. Boom. Maybe play with the contrast. A little less, a little more. Who knows? Tone the highlights up a little bit. Take the shadows down. Whites are always a funny thing to play with, because you can have it too white and then your colors pop, or not white enough and things are kind of flushed and gray. But I like to keep them kind of even, so let's leave that at like a nice 8.9. Blacks, they just enhance or decrease the black in the clip. So that's a lot of black, that's a lot less black. But when you have a lot less blacks, you have a lot more grays and whites. And it takes away from the sharpness of the image too. but we'll leave it right there. Now, if we want to get really creative, we can go into the color wheel. So, from the color wheel, you can get into the mid-tone, shadows, and highlights even more in depth. So let's say I want to highlight the yellow in my shirt. I'm going to go here, and I'll highlight everything yellow in the clip, or everything that seems yellow. That's for the mid-tones. So for highlights themselves, boom. That's kind of really yellow. For shadows, we want to see the yellow shadows. Well, boom, there they go even further. Let's put it on blue. Put some more balance in there. Let's take this to a green. Maybe, there we go. A nice little purple. Usually I do this with narrative footage, but today we have documentary clips. This is the kind of thing you do for the beauty, for the sake of beauty. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. That looks kind of balanced. I actually like that. See how the whites pop? The yellow is accentuated. You can see the brown in my skin. And the blacks are there too. Looking real nice right there. So we're going to keep that right there. Not bad. Now, we're going to go to audio tuning. Now, I don't really have the equipment to go in depth with audio for you guys, but right now I'm just gonna show you guys how to play with the audio gain, which is essentially the volume. So I have this set to 6, so that's a good little level of volume to keep it at. So I try to keep everything at 6 or at -6 if it's too loud. Excuse me. So if I want to increase, I just type in the number of decibels I want it to increase by, and it goes up. If I want it to decrease, take that out, and I type in -6, and now it's back to 0. So I want this to stay at 6. Well, let me cancel that all together. I'm gonna double check, and boom, we're at 6. Awesome. So rendering, that's our next thing. Rendering is when you prepare the video to be exported, to be finished, and that's important for making sure that your clips are running smoothly together and everything looks good. So I'm not going to render it right now, but I'm going to show you guys how, so that if you're ever using Adobe Premiere and you need to learn how to render your clips and make sure that they're running great, you don't have any cuts or jumps or anything inconsistent in your files, you can see that. So we're going to go to Sequence, Render Effects into Out, or Render into Out. We also have the option to render audio and the selection. So usually let's make it easier on ourselves. Let's go ahead and render the effects into Out. So that's going to render all our transitions and things. Okay, that was really quick. Sometimes it's just like that. So now our transitions and other effects are going to sit on the video a lot easier. It looks a little choppy because it has to process, but that's what we want. That's exactly what we want. So, exporting. What is exporting? That's when we finish the thing. So, let's go to File, Export, Media. So, quick thing to know. When you're exporting and you have multiple timeline sequences open like I do, you want to click on the sequence that you want. Make sure that all those clips there are the ones that you want there. Alright, we've done that. We're going to go to File, Export, Media, one more time. Alright, Trailer Cut 2, perfect name. Now where is it going? You always click the output name to see where it's going. Okay, this is the clip that I wanted to, Sanity. Awesome. Press Save. So now I know that the clip is going to go into that correct file. It's going to have all the specs that I need, and this is how big it's going to be, 126 megabytes. That's not that bad for an HD video. Alright, I'm going to export that, render those files, and this will take a couple minutes, I think, depending on how big this video clip really is. Okay, a minute and some change. Time keeps going up. Well, essentially that's all that it takes to edit a video. Knowing where your components are to really get the clips in line, knowing how to hurry up and get them cut up, how to finish them, and knowing how to color correct, balance your audio. It's really a simple process. One quick thing about rendering, you never want to render all the time because that tends to take up a lot of space on your computer, because those files have to like back up onto the system. So that's not a thing that I often do. Whenever I render with the export, which does it automatically. Just a quick little tip. Thanks for tuning in, watching my video. I appreciate you guys and your support, and I hope I pass this class. Shikari out.
Are you single?
Yes, I am.
Why are you single?
Because niggas ain't shit.
I felt like I had been in a lot of situations, and my friends too, where it was like a lot of miscommunication going on, and that's why things just didn't work out.
Could you tell us why you're single?
So I got out of a really toxic relationship like a year and a half ago.
My experience working in this film, it was fun. I had a lot of fun. The first go around was hilarious.
Doesn't matter if the nigga you're dating, if he eats ass, doesn't matter.
What? What the fuck?
Do you want to know the number of men your girlfriend has done fellatio on? Or the girl you're dating has done fellatio on?
Yeah. Fellatio like giving head, huh? But the second go around, it was a good time, good content, good quality. When Tyson said,
Stop raw dogging, you animal. Stop raw dogging. Stop raw dogging, you animal.
You just really got to understand people's perspective and see how they think, especially as a female, to be able to understand how guys think a little bit more. It was really cool. So what makes a person attracted to you?
Their intelligence. That's my main thing. I don't really focus on beauty or stuff like that first. If I'm able to have a good conversation with you at first, I'm already attracted to you.